What is up, everybody? This is Coach Malcom Mel from godowskitraining.com. Today we're going to go through a quick banded accessory workout together. So for this banded accessory workout, you will need one looped band that we'll use for our legs, and you'll need one long thin band that's not attached end to end for our arms. We're going to start with our looped band. We're going to start with banded clamshells, side-lying banded clamshells to be exact. The band is going to go on our thighs above our knees. So we'll snake that through our legs together now. And from here, we'll lie down on our side. So we're making a nice 90-degree angle with our knees to our hips and our knees to our ankles in the back here as well. We're on our forearm in our side lying position. I'm facing forward towards you. I'm going to take this top leg and open it up towards the sky, keeping my feet pressed together, feeling tension on the band, and then relaxing that top knee back down to my bottom knee without slamming it. So we're going to do this for another 45 seconds and then switch to the other side. And I enjoy doing banded clamshells for seconds and time, so that way we can focus on slow, steady, controlled movement up and down. You really want to be feeling this exercise in the side of your butt cheek. This is our gluteus medius. You might feel it down the side of your leg as well. We don't want to be forcing this with other muscles on the inside of our legs, or even forcing it with momentum. And we really want our gluteus medius, our abductor group of muscles, working here to pull apart. Another 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna relax. We're going to shift forward and switch to our other side. On our forearm again, side lying position, 90-degree angles. Here we are, set up. 3, 2, 1. Another 45 seconds here. We're opening up that top knee, feeling tension on the band, then relaxing it down, touching knees. Again, our feet stay pressed together here, and we're really trying to focus on using the sides of our butt cheeks. For those people who are watching that are climbers, this is an excellent drill because it's working the opposite muscles that we use in climbing. So if you hear the word antagonist muscles a lot, this is like our antagonist muscle to all of the pulling in we do with our feet and our legs. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. We can relax there. All right. So next one we're going to do with this band is called a banded glute bridge hold. So we're going to lie down on our back here, and with our heels, we're going to dig through our heels and push our butt upward, and then push our legs apart just slightly, so that way there's tension in the band. Very similar to a front plank, this is a static hold, so we're going to keep holding this. We're going to hold it for another 32 seconds. And if you check out my angles here, I'm trying to make sure that my hips are pushed up high and squeezing through my butt cheeks, our glutes, and you'll see that there's a nice even line from my chest down to my knees. Again, I'm pushing through my heels, not my toes, which means that my knees are in line with my ankles. This is a great position to be in anytime you're bending at the knee. So squatting down to pick something up, making sure that your knee is in line with your ankle. And that's what I like most about this exercise as well, is keeping the hips up nice and high. We're gonna go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. I lied to you, we went for 45 seconds that time, not 30. So we'll take the band off. Now we got another nice 45-second exercise there. Next one I'm going to have you grab is your long band. We're going to move to our upper body now. And we're going to start with banded pull-aparts. So for our banded pull-apart, our arms are going to be out straight in front of us, and our palms are going to be facing up towards the air. So our thumbs are pointing away from one another. And before we even grab the band, let's just talk about this movement in general. So here we are, palms up. We're going to open up our arms straight apart, locked out at the elbow. And the goal here is to squeeze the shoulder blades together at the end, chest nice and tall, and then relaxing those shoulder blades, letting them move back outward, keeping the chest nice and tall, elbows nice and straight. until our arms are out in front of us again, like we're holding on to a pizza box. So let's grab that band. Let's try our banded pull apart with straight arms, palms up in the air. I would start with a tiny bit of slack in the band, especially if this is a new one for you. And one more thing, with our seated position, I'm on my knees, so this is my tall kneeling position, but you can also stand and do this exercise or sit crisscross, that is fine as well, or even on a chair. So here we are, sitting straight up, squeezing at the shoulder blade, pulling apart, keeping our elbows locked out, and then relaxing those shoulder blades, keeping those elbows locked out, palms up towards the air. Nice work. Just like the other exercises, we're going to do a total of 45 seconds, which means we have another 35 seconds to go. And you're probably wondering where I am today. This is beautiful Ohio. I'm at Cascade Park. It's actually a really beautiful place if you're out here, and one of my favorite things about doing this traveling training is finding new public parks to adventure in. This one has some excellent trails and also some nice service, so if you play Pokemon Go, you can hit it up. All right, let's rest right there. You're finishing up your rep, finish it up. The next one we're gonna do is banded Ys. With banded Ys, if you're seated, you're gonna need to anchor your band on something, whether that's your knee, a pole, if you're on a chair, the base of the chair. If we're standing, however, we're going to want to anchor it on our opposite foot. So I'm going to anchor it on my left foot when I use my right arm. For our banded Y, we'll start with just the position again before we add the band in. We're going to have one hand locked out right next to us, our thumb facing out in front, and that thumb is going to guide us as we move our arm into a Y position, keeping that elbow locked out nice and straight. Our shoulder blade will squeeze together at the top, and then we'll relax back down at that diagonal angle until our hand is back next to our side. So I'll grab my band, probably start with a little tension if you're not used to it. Thumb up, and use that as your guide as you pull up into your Y position, elbow locked out, squeezing that shoulder blade at the top, and then relaxing back down until our hand is in front of our chest, and we'll keep going. "45 seconds again, just like all the other exercises. I love the banded Y for finals. If this is hard for you, I would suggest doing slower reps, taking a little bit of rest in between, even if you just do 20 seconds instead of 45. Maybe even starting with a little bit more slack in the band. You don't want to force this through the elbow. You don't want to force this through the rib cage. So try your best to utilize your shoulder and your shoulder blade for this motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we will switch other side. So again, if it's anchored on that chair, switch it to the other chair leg. If it's anchored on your foot, your knee, switch to the other side. And so, one more time, don't force it. If you're tired, take a break, get back to it, add in another 20 seconds after a 10-15 second break. All right, we're gonna get started. 3, 2, 1, go. 45 seconds again on this one. Make sure that as you're moving, that rib cage stays down. And what I mean by that is we don't want those ribs flaring out in our back arching. We want to try and keep our core nice and controlled and have our chest nice and tall with our spine straight. So that's something else you can focus on as you move your arms slowly up and down. We talked about the mechanics of how that should look already. If you want to add in a little bit more here, the breathing pattern, we're breathing in at the bottom, out at the very top, where we're reaching up into our Y. In 3, 2, 1, you can rest. All right, we can put our band down. We are almost finished. I have just a couple of exercises I want to do body weight. I'm gonna sit down in front of you so you can see me nice and clearly, but you can stay standing if you're standing. We're gonna start with some small arm circles. So we're gonna bring our arms out to the side. We're gonna start with these tiny little circles here, which we're gonna go for the next 30 seconds. I won't trick you this time, it's actually 30 seconds. If you're starting to feel fatigued with these, again, you can rest. You can always pick it back up, especially if you're following the video. We've got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and other direction. So 30 seconds, other direction. Again, if you need to rest, take that rest now and then hop back in for the last 15 seconds we got here. 15 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. If you had a long climbing day, I bet that's already made your shoulders tired, so we're going to just rest them for a sec. We are going to focus on the fingers, though. We're going to do some finger flicks. So arms out in front. If your arms are tired, you can bend at the elbow. If your arms are feeling good, shoulders as well. Keep those arms out straight ahead of you. We take our fingers, squeeze them into our palms, and then extend. So we have this squeeze and extend motion. And if you feel good with this, you can actually go pretty quickly. Flick with force. This is going to get your forearms pretty pumped. Go for another 30 seconds on this one. I like finger flicks for warm-ups and cooldowns. I like that it gets my forearm pumped because it's important to pump blood into the muscles that we're using primarily for the sport of climbing. We got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for our banded accessory and a little bit of upper body mobility there at the end. I hope it's helpful. If it is, watch this video again and show your friends. Have a great day, everybody.